Then nobody unveiled his massive screen. 8 feet of iPhone glory to be seen. Through centuries of horsemen did they gaze, to cavemen's walks where time had never been. It was time to show the movie again, but larger. So nobody powered up his 8-foot diagonal iPhone. The video showed someone in the 1800s riding a horse, then someone riding a horse in the previous century, and so on back for tens of thousands of years, then hundreds of thousands of years of cavemen walking. Profat to ledgers sought his swift escape, while Frederick made his calculator gape at zero's void, and Lincoln scribed address on envelope's wrong side, historic shape. Profat, bored, tried to sneak out the window to go do some exciting accounting. Frederick tried dividing by zero on his calculator. Abraham Lincoln wrote a historic address on the wrong side of an envelope. Gray counted spots upon the ceiling high. As Austin drifted into dreamland's sigh, Kirk fled to Turkey. Rascal slipped away to heaven's realm, the 7th slice of sky. Graybeard counted the spots on the ceiling and connected the dots into a pleasing image. Austin fell asleep. McKirkpatrick went to Turkey before it could be devoured by Hungary. Rascal slipped off into the 7th dimension for a while, the heavenly realm. MJA said that boredom is not really equal to excitement after all. The present age, said nobody with pride, holds wonders that no past could provide. Our DNA will shape to speed our growth as evolution's gates swing open wide. The trip wasn't all that interesting at first, said nobody, as we now live in the most amazing of all time. The bang still echoes in our listening ears, as human race springs forth through coming years, just 1% along perfection's path, while science daily new horizons clears.
We have just heard the Big Bang and have sprung off of the starting line. The human race is on.
This royal crown of moments, precious bright, shines through us all with possibilities light. The universe spreads forth its free repast. How will you count that, Profat, in your night? Life now is really a royal diadem of momentous gems shining through us all. We live in the best of times as the universe is truly ours to experience. It is the ultimate free lunch. To ToeQuest give where everything unfolds, all denominations welcome in our holds. Though 50s, hundreds bring the sweetest joy. Then back through time the final scene unrolls.
Please contribute to ToeQuest, for that's where everything is happening. We accept all denominations, but we prefer 50s and hundreds.
Through stars dispersing into cosmic dust, through matter's dance and gravity's sweet thrust, till all resolved to words both bright and clear. The beginning showed where all endings must. Nobody sped up the video of the past, and soon everything went back into the stars, and then the stars dispersed into dust, which went back to form the words "the beginning" as the film ended. When Hoopla died and watchdogs lost their chase, those crackpot theorists proved too wild to trace. Fed Up delivered parcels to the few. A note, some pictures, tickets wrapped in lace. The hoopla over the CMBR trip had died down, and the watchdogs had quickly and luckily lost interest, feeling that the toe questers were a bunch of crackpots, crack and pot at the same time ? Dear friends, the vanishing ink seemed to say, read quickly ere these words should fade away. The jokes were meant to fool the CIA, those acronyms that snoop both night and day.
Dear everyone involved with my CMBR trip, this note is written in disappearing ink, an old check writing trick used by Prof. Pat, so please read immediately. First of all, the topic of our TOE discovery is very serious, so there are no jokes herein. Those were just to throw off the CIA and all the other acronyms. I couldn't reveal everything at our last meeting since there were too many government snoops about.
Your mix of silly questions served us well, though which were which, I truly cannot tell. The movies that you watched with patient eyes were false, a shield against those who'd make us sell.
I thank you all for mixing in some silly questions with the serious ones, although I'm not sure which were which, and for sitting through the home movies, which I must now tell you were fake.
Dark matter hunters dig through endless night, 6 empire states below Dakota's height, to find one wimp within their golden mine, while we hold secrets of far greater might.
Just look at the cutthroat competition over discovering and explaining dark matter, even among reputable scientists. Many are spending millions and using deep mine shafts to avoid cosmic rays in order to try and detect one little measly, weakly interacting massive particle WIMP, the most promising efforts of which are occurring in the defunct Homestake Gold Mine in South Dakota, which is deeper than 6 Empire State Buildings, in which they have built a haystack and are looking for a needle in it.
A small potato blamed Dan Quayle's pen for extra E that graced his ink back then is nothing to the cosmic truth we found, the toe itself, stripped bare of prefix when. This is a small potato and small fries to what we have discovered about the CMBR, the toe itself without the prefix pota. You can thank Dan Quayle for the spelling, not my trip. The cosmic background whispered secrets deep, far greater than these small fries we might keep, for in the CMBR's ancient glow lie truths that make mere spelling errors sleep. Let politicians fumble with their words while we decode the song of cosmic birds. Our discovery makes spelling quarrels fade like morning mist when deeper truth occurs. The universe cares not for how we spell when radiation has such tales to tell. These small potatoes spelled however bright pale before the cosmic toe's great swell. The government has searched my history but found that I am nobody, you see. No past, no present, future, all unknown. A ghost whose very absence sets me free.
So anyway, the attention is off of us for now and we have a clear channel. However, the government did a routine background check on me and discovered that I don't exist, for I am nobody. My past has no history and my future is a mystery, nor do I have a presence in the present. They are as hot on my case as they would be for illegal aliens, and so they have given me a past imperfect and so have made my future tense.
Upon a mountain summit far from sight, where tents and microwaves make welcome light, we'll gather soon to share the truth at last, the real film of our cosmic oversight.
Therefore, I have taken refuge in a certain uncharted mountaintop retreat. where we will gather in a month or so to discuss the contents of the true CMBR home movie tape that I've sent you all with your plane tickets.
Use real names as you journey toward our goal, for TowQuest handles might reveal our role. Remember Nowhere Man upon the screen. Their surveillance could take its fearsome toll. Do not use your TowQuest nickname while traveling, but employ your real name, if you can remember it, so that the spies will not catch on. I don't know if you've ever watched the TV series Nowhere Man, the greatest show ever made, but there are organizations out there, government and otherwise, that have super surveillance equipment, hence our remote and unknown meeting spot, which, by the way, is still intact. It was a tow research center back in the 70 ETS, with the addition of a few more tents and a CMBR-powered microwave oven. Our funding flows from ProfPat's clever scheme. Each government account provides a stream of pennies day by day to fund our needs. Accounting's thrill exceeds his wildest dream.
All incidental, intentional, and exceptional expenses will be reimbursed because ProfPat happened to take note of many government account numbers and passwords. He will be taking a penny and any fractions thereof out of each government account on a daily basis to fund our endeavors. This should not arouse any bankers unless a pretty woman is nearby. Who would have ever thought that accounting could be so useful and exciting?
His vanishing ink tricks deserve their tale. When clients brought their pens, they'd surely fail, for void appeared in time upon their checks. Like Ocean's team, our craft shall yet prevail. That reminds me of a ProfPat story. Upon receiving a useless check made with his vanishing ink, a big client insisted that ProfPat write a new check with their own pen that they had brought along to outwit the Prof's trickery. However, Prof saw them arriving and quickly wrote void on blank with latent ink, an ink which would materialize on the check within a short while. Our team is starting to rival the one in the Ocean's 13 movie, and Brad Pitt has joined us to get away from his marriages.